This is just AMZN on Thursday, May 6th, 2021. So we finally did make it down to this level. We actually tagged the red line and the blue line here twice right at open. And then a little under an hour later, had a really nice hammer here and went up. So we were actually up the rest of the day. So we put in one more lower high and lower low today. We'll see tomorrow if we have any sort of gap down, continue lower. This looks like it's kind of headed up. So I'll zoom out here in a little bit just to kind of show. But basically, like it kind of put in a bottom, was looking a little bit oversold, pushed a little bit lower today, and then that was it. So we did get that buying candle, that bullish candle that I was kind of hinting at yesterday, and turn this into kind of a triple bottom, double bottom, kind of retest, like this long drawn out retest. Just kept pulling back here, putting a low and a lower low and a lower low. I can't say that 3 times fast. And then started to bounce here. And yeah, it didn't quite come back up all the way to the high, but really nicely. So good bullish candle. When it was putting in some lows over here, on the stock over here on the 33.25 call, was actually putting in some reasonable option prices. So you could have been getting into this. The low was 440. So this one could have set you up for a good level to get into, like 455, something like that, get that stop below 4. And then when it actually came back down to that level, put in some candles that were pretty relatively small. So they were under $1. So the range on this one was 71 cents, and the range on this one was 75 cents. The low here was 460, so 450 would not have worked, but you could have gotten in 5 by 4. So a limit buy of 5, and or you could have done over here, like after this candle came in, do a stop limit of 5 and a sell order, a stop order of 4. And so getting in at 5, add 4R to that for Thursday, and you get up to 9 as a target, and it made it past there. And then you can almost do it again here. It didn't quite come back down to 5, and then the candles were larger over here as well. So this was really kind of the best setup. Another bounce, really nice hammer, inside candle with a nice tight range, and then it started to go. And I was, I missed this bounce. I was looking to get in on this candle, wanted it to pull back a tiny bit more, was getting the order ready for 5, and then this candle didn't come back down. I missed the entry at 450. I'm sorry, I missed the entry at 5. And then I went to look at other option. It was rough missing that. So anyway, and then it was pretty much up. Well, actually later in the day, it came right back down to that level. I was not looking to get in here at 5 anymore. I didn't think it would come back down to that price, but sure enough, it did. So you could have bought even later in the day, same setup as you could have had at the open, a little bit later and a little bit later, and all 3 of these would have worked for 4R gain. Now, I'm not saying you would have been in this opening one, but this would have set you up with a level to be watching. And then also on the put, so the 3250 put here, we did end up retesting really all the way back up to these lows. So that was the only thing that really could have given you an indication that we could come back this far, is it just kept pushing up, like a slightly higher high, and then another slightly higher high, and then another slightly higher high, and then, oh, there we go. We're going to stop right there at that high and then roll over. I mean, that's something you can't expect to happen. You can wait on something like this. You can get it on some of these other highs and say, okay, when it gets to this high, I'll buy, over here, and just kind of, get in and get out, get in and get out, get in and get out. But it's going lower, obviously. So how much lower is it going to go? Came all the way back down to the same level we're looking at. So, all right, let's zoom out on this. Come on. Zoom out like this. Let's see. So the other day I talked about that. Let's see, was it this? Or was it this? I thought it was this, kind of rounding, and then we did a little more selling. Had a little further to go here, but But this is kind of starting to look like an inverted head and shoulders. So you have a shoulder and then the neckline up here, well, the neck up here, and a head and a shoulder here. And this is just a really steep slope. I'm also seeing a triangle. So these are lower highs. Obviously, it's another day of lower highs, lower lows. But you could draw this up, draw a little trend up, tighter than the blue line, obviously. Yeah, I guess we'll see. We're kind of right back into the middle of the red zone again. Closed really close to where we were 2 days ago. Yeah, so this close was 33.11.87, and today's close was 33.06.37. So yeah, not far away at all from that level. Really, really close to this. So we're right back in the middle of the red area, the red zone here, and it's just a matter of waiting to see, which way we're going to go, and see if we can hold another level. If we can. So yesterday we had a day in between the red channel and the blue channel. Today we touched it. 2 days ago we touched the top of the channel. Today we touched the bottom of the channel. This is a rest. This is going sideways. If we rest enough, we can continue lower. It could be just a continuation pattern. We'll see if we do push up a little bit higher and get anything up here to kind of close this gap. But this is an interesting place for a gap. So we talked about having like a head and shoulders here. If we do push back up, could we hold this level, and could we go sideways for a little more here and put in one of those flatter shoulders like I talked about? Or is this enough of a rest? We'll gap down and just continue pushing lower, and then we're looking at the daily to see, okay, how much further could this go? And we've got some support in here and the purple line channel coming up, maybe 31.50. Could we push down there in the next couple of days? Entirely possible. So we're again at a decision point. It would be nice if we got a little more rest by going back up a little bit and stay in this red zone, but we've been in this zone before and we know how it moves. So go back and take a look at some of the older videos, look at what we've done when we're, look at the daily, and then go back and look at those days on the 5-minute to see how did we move through here. And, was it just really choppy and you couldn't pick a direction, which obviously you need for the options. But yeah, we're back in the zone. We've been here. So let's rely on what we've done before to kind of give us an edge on what we could do again. Hope this helps. This is Justin AMZN. Thanks.